Into this game, we have zemlja, which is not how I pronounce it, but I am terrible at pronouncing it. He has tried to correct me, and I cannot pronounce it correctly, apparently. I'm very sorry, zemlja, but we're gonna have to deal with that for now. He wanted some tips on his Medivh play. Oh boy, I'm gonna catch flack for that. But okay, so we're getting into this. Zemlja is gonna be on the Medivh. As far as team comp goes, we have Vala, Brightwing, Medivh, Murd, and Dahaka, and Tehran, Falstad, Garrosh, Nazebo, Karazim. Both teams have a really good global potential between Falstad and Brightwing Dahaka. One team doesn't have a huge advantage in terms of having global pressure. They'll both be able to react pretty well to global pressure. In general, the owl misses, so he's rewarded. Gotta do what you gotta do. Just gonna have some poke going on. Murden getting stack value out of his level 1 talent. Falstad gonna start off top lane. Generally, on someone like a Falstad or even Dahaka, you want to try and clear mid lane to get the XP with your team and then head to a different lane instantly. But Falstad opts to not do that. He also hasn't chosen his level 1 talent, so we're gonna wait for him. Pretty good drag. Is gonna end up getting that kill. Ooh. Okay, is gonna end up getting that kill at the end. Pretty well played on their part. Falstad is back now, so we're going to go over talents. We got Ranger at 1 on Tehran, fairly standard owl build, nothing to talk about here. Wingman on Falstad. If this is on the patch, last patch where he was bugged and his pass is up constantly, you want to go Q build. Wingman's not bad though. It's not amazing on this map. The mercs on this map aren't super impactful. The bruisers here and here are okay, but kind of okay at best. We have the unrivaled strength, which is the increased throw range. This is pre-bug. Okay, cool. Okay, so this is before he was bugged, so Q-Bolt isn't super broken overpowered. I might have preferred to see Seasoned Marksman then, because he's going to be in lane pretty constantly. Even when he's at the shrines, he can be in lane. But he's going to go Wingman. It's not a bad talent. I am actually liking Wingman a lot more. The Lightning Rod build is general. It's pretty good. The increased throw range on Garrosh is going to give him better pickoff potential against heroes like Murden, who have jumps to get out. It throws them further, so their jump doesn't do as much for them. The Garrosh, or the Nazebo rather, is going to go for Thing of the Deep, increasing the duration or range of his basic abilities. This is a very good talent. It's very situational, though. It's hard to give up toads or spiders, but if you can guarantee you're going to get to late game, Thing of the Deep is an excellent choice. Transcendence on Karazim. If this is pre-bug, then this is also pre-buffed Transcendence, unless I'm crazy. So Transcendence is generally not the play. You want to go Iron Fist usually, but with the new Transcendence and Insight, I haven't actually tested them, so I'm not 100% sure how good they are. So no, refrain judgment yet. Hot Pursuit on Vala is fairly standard if you're going to go auto attack or W build. On this team, she is the only real damage dealer, so she needs to go for a W or auto attack build to maintain that level of consistent damage. In a double support, double tank, there's 1.5 supports and a double tank comp with a Vala. You need to go for either auto attack or W build to take value out of that, because you're going to extend fights. The Q build on Vala is focused on ending fights quickly and getting that burst damage and getting that pick, but the W and auto attack builds are much more focused on staying in fights. So that's what you want to do when you have 2 people backing you up and 2 frontliners, is stay in fights as long as possible. Hypershift on Brightwing is very good now. The whole Z build on Brightwing is excellent now after the change. Portal duration is fairly standard on Medivh again. Perfect Storm, pretty standard. And enhanced agility, pretty standard as well. So we'll get into it. Zemlja wanted us to focus on him and improving his Medivh play, so we're going to be doing that for the most part. Following Medivh around, looking at what's up. So that was a pretty good force of will and a good portal off of the combo to help him get out. He unfortunately didn't take your portal. He should have, though. It would have been very good for him. But that was an excellent play on your part. He just did not take advantage of it. Did I just assume your gender? Fuck. I said he is because Medivh, the character's male. If you would prefer to be referred to you as female, I will absolutely do that. I'm sorry. This is just, oh, this entire name first wrong, and then everything's terrible. Mostly me. It's mostly me that's terrible. You're a guy, but you shouldn't assume, bro. Okay. Well, we'll call you a he then. You are getting pretty good shields off. Again, you want to force a little people that get comboed. You're doing an excellent job of doing that every time they combo somebody, so that your heroes just don't die that easily. You can stay in fights a lot longer. It's very well done. Tron gets spooked by the owl and is going to go back to lane. However, Muradin doesn't hit her. You prefer the plural pronoun now? Okay, we'll go with they. GK, fuck. You're throwing me off, man. You're throwing me off. You guys have control of the temple. All 5 of you are good now to fight over this, which is a pretty good choice. But early on, this Dragonade's not going to do a ton anyway, so might have preferred to just split a little bit with your 2 globals and take advantage of the fact that you have globals if you need to fight. But overall, it's not terrible. But everything's pretty standard, just kind of poking around, doing your thing. Nothing exciting going on, no reason to be going crazy yet. Everyone's kind of stacking up what stacks they need. Zevo is doing okay on stacks. Just kind of poking off left and right. Nothing super exciting to talk about currently. We'll get level 4s as soon as this fight stops at bottom. You are going to portal and then fly to mid, which is a pretty good choice. Tehran is forced to react to you, and they can get some good value at bottom. Unfortunately, Tehran generally does win that 1v1 just because she has such consistent healing and damage on herself. She can pretty consistently win that 1v1. Okay. So level 4 talents, we got Moonlit Arrows, which gives her even further increased healing potential in a 1v1 situation. I might have, maybe not. I was gonna say I might have preferred the spell armor, but the decreased cooldown is not bad here as well. Hammer Grains on False Head. If you're gonna go Wingman, you should probably just commit to the Lightning Rod build. I don't really like this half-assing it. Don't believe in yourself. Thirst for Battle is fairly standard on Garrosh nowadays. Blood Ritual is very good for getting yourself to the late game as a Zebo. It makes you have very few mana problems when you're rotating between lanes. Spirit Allies, pretty normal on Kerosene. Get that healing throughput, basically a healing totem that you can jump to. Vala is going to go for the auto attack build, which is not a bad choice against Garrosh. Percent damage is always good against high armor heroes, but they don't have really high HP is the problem. Is none of these heroes have super high HP, so I might have preferred to see her go W build. Just for that burst damage onto the squishier targets like Falstad, Tehran, and Kerosene. Also, Kerosene didn't go the Earth Ally, which would have stopped a lot of her damage if she's going auto attack, but it is what it is. Peekaboo on Bribing is fairly good, even if it doesn't have anything to reveal on this team, like no stealthies on the blue side. Giving the free Pixie Dust is actually pretty good, especially with Phase Shield. It makes your Pixie Dust more effective because they have a shield also to benefit from the armor. Bird's Eye View is fairly standard on Medivh again. Reverberation is generally not to go to here. They don't have super high attack speed heroes, or super heroes that don't benefit from attack speed super much, a lot. They did go Hammer Gains and Thirst for Battle, so they are going to try and auto attack a decent amount off of these two. But generally, you want to go for the Thunderclap here at 4, so you can get the healing, the double dipping from the healing at 13. Hero Stalker is a very aggressive talent from Dahaka. He relies on a lot of pickoffs to sustain. I much prefer one who collects, so you can get increased essence off of just heroes, or just creeps, sorry. Which is much more consistent. You can kill creeps a lot more often than you can kill heroes. That was a pretty good play on Tehran's part. Shouldn't you were trying it back right there. That being said, you do recognize that she is very low. You could potentially kill her. Excuse me. They do get a kill at the bottom. Kerosene. A little bit too far. He gets caught out. But Vala can get a whole lot of value out of her auto attacks in this lane because that is 2 melee and 1 person who's pretty short ranged. So Getting very good value off of the volley here. You actually don't lose any XP mid because Murder rotates up, which is pretty good. Good play on his part. You didn't see you stall her back. Oh, I'm sorry. Here, let's rewind. Here we go. We're focused on you. Let's focus on you. Okay. So here, she is trying to back now after stopping your back. You poke in, be annoying. That's the great thing about Medivh is you can poke in, protect yourself off of all of the fort shots, and then even threaten doing it again. So she is forced to back out. She probably could have thrown something in the bush to spot you again, but that was a good play on your part. Being just a little bit annoying is kind of how Medivh wants to be. But everything else going fairly normal for you guys. You are going to get this Dragon Knight. It's fairly early Dragon Knight. Again, a 4-minute Dragon Knight's not going to do a ton for you guys. But ideally, the best use you can get out of the first Dragon Knight is like killing a wall mid and then going to either top or bottom and killing a wall there. Because it's not going to do a ton of damage to the forts because the enemy team can siege you back down. But it will kill the walls pretty effectively. It's okay for the healer to take it this early. I would have preferred somebody else to take it. I agree. I would have preferred the support to not take it, but she was the only one in range, really. Vala could have technically taken it, but then you have no siege damage outside of the Dragon Knight, right? This way you have the Vala attacking and the Dragon Knight attacking. That being said, I would have preferred it on like a Murden if he was in position to get it. But it was kind of a spur of the moment. They got to get it right now. I agree with you that I prefer the supports to not take it so they can heal up instead, but it is what it is. She's going to get punished a little bit for it. Not going to go down. All stacking up very well. Let's go over 7 talents before this fight goes crazy. We have True Shot Aura on Tyrande, which is okay, not great, because again, you want Falstad, who went for Lightning Rod at 1, didn't commit to it with level 4, unfortunately. So he's going to be trying to auto attack a decent amount, but it's not going to be super effective, his auto attacks. And then Garrosh, again, doesn't really auto attack. He does auto attack, but he doesn't do much damage with his auto attacks. It's not his main focus. He did go into the fray, which is a very good choice at 7 for getting people out of trouble or even initiating. Dead Rush on Zombie Wall. This is a very old school build from the Zebo. You don't get why there are so many True Shot Auras. Darnassian Archery seems so good. Darnassian Archery is excellent. I agree with you. True Shot Aura is good. It ends up being more damage if you have an auto attacker on your team. Like if Tyrande was on red team with Zavala, absolutely I would go for True Shot. But other than that, you get way more damage out of Darnassian Archery because you can melt tanks with it surprisingly well. Dead Rush on Zombie Wall is an old school build for Nazebo, going for the range, the Blood Ritual, and Dead Rush to just try and accelerate yourself to late game, and Dead Rush helps apply your passive on a lot of enemy heroes late game as well. Heavenly Zeal increases Breath of Heaven's movement speed. I think I prefer the charge cooldown here, and then going for cleanse charges at 16, which is pretty good against this team. You can stop the Hakatongs, you can stop Murden jumping people, you can stop Polymorph. I would have much preferred that talent build from him. Repeating Arrow on Vala is not what I expected her to go. Most people, I would probably prefer Death Dealer if you're going to be going for an auto attack build. It increases the bonus damage on your flip per stack of hatred, so you do a lot more damage with your auto attack that is already hitting harder because of these, because you get basic attack damage per stack of hatred with this, and then double dipping that with the increased damage per stack of hatred at 7 is very good. Lets you clean up waves pretty effectively too. Face Shield is going to go for Brightwing, going full Z build is very good talents. Like I said, Peekaboo and Face Shield go very well together. Master's Touch is pretty much the only talent Medivh has at 7, sorry. The other ones just aren't great. Piercing Bolt, he's going to be going for mostly damage then on Murden. Trying not going Skullcracker, instead going Piercing Bolt, trying to stun up as many people as possible. I don't necessarily agree with this. I personally would prefer the other way. Constriction increases drag duration by half a second. Feeding Frenzy I think is a lot better at 7 for Dahaka. The auto attacks decreasing the cooldown of drags, so you can get more drags in a fight, or even potentially, 2 drags in a team fight, maybe 3. One of them got buffed. It's not legit though. Which one are you talking about? Are you talking about the Master's Touch? Their Medivh level 7? The Raven Familiar did get buffed. It's still pretty dinky. You can potentially, we were thinking up like weird ways to make it work with multi-heroes. Like you get one on Misha and Rexar, or you get one on all 3 of the Vikings. So you could do like a surprising amount of burst with it, but generally Master Touch is not worth it. I know that you know, but just in case people are watching and they're not sure, I'm gonna just let them know. Master Touch is the only way to play Medivh. I agree. Murden did dive pretty deep there and barely got saved. Mostly due to you, so that's good. Good dodge on the Tron stun and getting your stacks. Most important thing for Medivh after you get Master's Touch is just trying to get your stacks out. Looking for as many Qs as possible. Murden is gonna go down here, it looks like. Ooh, it was a good protect by you. He didn't end up taking the portal because he jumped at the wrong time, unfortunately. But that was a good potential save on your part. Almost had him. He was way too deep though. He shouldn't have been out there. Good poking. She doesn't even realize you stopped her back. So it's another couple free stacks for you. Getting Master's Touch done as soon as possible is very key. Excuse me. Right here again, you can just poke in, get a couple more stacks fairly safely, not really worry about it. It's a good choice. It was a good... Ended up working out very well for you. He dragged him away as you leyline the other 2. That was an excellent combo of abilities. Even if you were just trying to CC them all, that was an excellent combo by you guys. It forced the one guy to be here with nothing to jump to, and you isolated him very well. That was an excellent combo by you too. I'm just gonna go down here. This is another thing that the drag cooldown helps with, is you can take mercs pretty effectively with it, because you can tongue the merc, which does like 200 damage or something, and then keep auto attacking and get your tongue back up and do it again. But you guys make the right choice. You are 10, they are not, so you're gonna go bottom. Get the shrine as soon as you can, so you can then what's it called? You can then rotate out and potentially grab the Dragon Knight quickly before they hit 10. Because right now they don't want to contest you. They don't want to take a team fight, so this is a very good time to try and force something at the turn-in, or at the shrine. Top lane though, stuff's going down. You're on the way. You have the global potential. You have the very helpful global from Brightwing and Dahaka, letting you guys take this, what was a 1v2 into a 4v2 by you flying up there over all the terrain, and then the rest of your team using their globals to get in. So that was good awareness on your part, good watching the minimap, knowing that you needed to be out there to help that kink, turn that around. And now they can't contest you again because they're down 2 heroes. They are on talent tier, but they are down 2 heroes. Turon's going to go down as well. Gets picked off very quickly. Going over level 10s, obviously you see Starfall right here. I much prefer Shadowstock, personally. Starfall is okay for the level 20 upgrade that gives your passive or your trait mark to everybody in it. It's a very good talent at level 20, but it's pretty bad until then, so I'm not a huge fan of Starfall. Gust is standard on Falstad, good choice. Decimate, I would have much preferred Taunt, so you can potentially get kill pickoffs with 7-sided strike, like flipping somebody and taunting the Murden maybe, and then just getting the kill with all of your single target burst damage. Gargantuan, fairly standard on Nazebo. Strafe is pretty standard on Vala. It's not amazing. I prefer Rain personally, just because Strafe makes you stay a little bit closer to enemies than I would like when I'm not getting the heal off my auto attack. Rain is pretty good to stop diving, to stop dives onto you, to stop people going close to you, and for good burst as well. Blink Heal on Brightwing. Both of her ults are in a really good spot right now. Honestly, you can pick either Wind or Blink Heal, and I'm okay with it. They are both excellent choices, in my opinion. Blink Heal saves her from the potential combo, because he didn't go taunt. So if she gets flipped, she can Blink Heal to an ally and get out. Or even Blink Heal and then take a portal and, be safe. Leyline Seal is very good on Medivh. I prefer that over Polybomb, probably. I think Leyline's the way to go. Really great setup for your team, especially considering you have 2 point-and-click stuns that you can set up very easily with it. Muradin goes Avatar because he's not dumb. Adaptation on Dahaka. Both of his ults are good. So adaptation's pretty good though if you're trying to engage and have the potential save for yourself if you get flipped. Falstad almost could have died there. He's gonna be on spray though, on his way out. But you were giving pretty good vision to your team. I might have preferred to see you go a little bit deeper into the enemy lines, but you do need to save your team right now. Rich Hero only goes Playmaker. Is he dumb? Rich Hero is dumb in many ways. He also only goes Lightning Breath, so yeah, I'd say Rich Hero's dumb. He hates me. Rich Hero hates me. It's so great. But we're getting into this team by excellent ley line to stop all of them. Unfortunately, it doesn't isolate anybody, so you can't get a quick pick off with the rest of your teammates. You waste adaptation up here on low health as well. Yeah, the Rich Hero thing's a story for another time, but he hates me. Yeah, it was a pretty good team fight. You saved everybody. You guys used a couple of abilities poorly. Mostly your Muradin and Dahaka didn't end up getting any kills with their single target, unfortunately, but it worked out. Dahaka whips another ton. I'm on his list. Yeah, I am on his list. He's good at Diablo. I'm not saying he's bad at Diablo, but if he took APOC, he'd be so much better. And I've been reported by him many times, I'm sure. And he had me blocked on like 3 Smurfs before. Last time I counted. But yeah. Why does he hate you? You want the story? Okay, I'll tell you after this game. That was an excellent zombie roll on his part. Didn't actually end up getting any kills. You're saving the priority target, who is the Vala, but unfortunately this fight's gonna last a little bit too long for you guys to deal with. You do complete Master's Touch in the middle of it though, so that is excellent. Nothing wrong there. Good portal, save yourself. Ley line might have been unnecessary. You might actually be able to turn this now with the ley line though. Medivh does a surprising amount of damage. People underestimate his damage a lot. Once Master Touch is done, you do so much. This is just a very scrappy fight though, back and forth. Ooh, that's a good ton by Dahaka. Kind of single out that Turan and get that kill. With an excellent ton. Which is my nickname in high school. What? I didn't say anything. Level 13 talents. We have the healing on auto attacks at level standard if you're going to go auto attack build. We have shield dust on Brightwing, which is very good if you're going to go for bouncy dust at 16 especially. The portal cooldown, like I said, works very well with the portal duration at 1. Gives you almost 100% uptime on your portals. Thunderstrike on Muradin gives increased damage to only 1 person. If he hits it like this, you are going to get that kill because you have good rotation down. And Ferocious Stalker on Dahaka. I prefer the Primal, whatever the hell it's called, the one that reduces armor. Should be able to pick off this. He does go Ice Block, which we'll go over in just a second. Is a good ult to save your team, so they don't get bursted down in the Starfall. Go ahead and look at their teams really quick. Empower on Tyrande, fairly standard. Flow Rider on Falstad, also pretty standard. Defensive measures is standard on Garrosh. Ice Block, it's very good for Nazeebo. His other 2 options are okay, but pretty situational. And then Quicksilver as well on Kerosene, fairly standard, I think. I don't play a lot of Kerosene, so I'm not 100% sure what his best at 13 is, but I feel like that's a good one. So you guys are up 2 levels, almost, 2.5 almost. You're just poking, getting really good damage down, forcing them to pop some heals, waste their mana. You don't have as bad a mana problem, either of these 2 do, so not a bad choice to be annoying and get your damage in while you can. But good vision as well. You are all on top of them, realize, let your team know exactly where they are. You know that because Falstad had blocked up, you can 1v1 this Garrosh fairly effectively, play Ring Around the Rosie, do your own thing. Ooh, that was a hell of a flip. He was not having none of you, I guess. Damn. That was funny. But mid lane they are taking this engage. Good gust to save Tron on his part. You're going to continue to play Ring on the Rosie at bottom though. This is exactly what you should be doing. You can out 1v1 him for the most part. So sitting here, being annoying, making him stay on the point is an excellent choice on your end. Murden goes in deep. Okay, he forced to pop Avatar when I don't think he really should have. He's just going back and forth in portals. He's not sure what he wants to do. He wants to take the portal merry-go-round. And you guys are going to get the Dragon Knight off of this as well as a pick. So you guys are playing pretty well. We have Manticore on Vala, which is standard for auto attacks. Greater Polymorph, which is pretty standard on Brightwing. I might have preferred to see Bouncy Dust if she's going to go for Shield Dust. But it does give you a lot of single target pickoff potential between your already decent pickoff potential with Murd and Dahaka. It increases it a little bit better, or a little bit more. Reabsorption is what I think is standard on Medivh for 16. The increased duration on Force of Will is okay as well, but the heal is pretty excellent. If you can block some key damage, it'll heal up pretty well. Enemies hit by Dwarf Toss are stunned. That's okay. I don't really know his 16s. Let's check his 16s out. Murden at 16. Let's see. Other good options for Murden at 16. He has a lot of options at 16, good lord. He has the Executioner, which he can proc for himself, which is not bad if you're going for this more burst heavy Thunderstrike, Perfect Storm kind of build. It might not be a bad choice to go for Executioner and try and get the kills off. Imposing Presence is okay as well against heavy auto attack teams. This one isn't super. Heavy Impact is not bad. Dwarf Launch increases the range and impact radius. Is also okay. It's actually a surprisingly people don't expect the initiation range that you get off of that. So that's not a bad challenge as well as Stone Form, which is a 40% heal. Nothing to scoff at. So he has fairly good options at 16 actually. You can kind of do whatever, and I'm kind of okay with it. They're all good. You guys do get a Dragon Knight, so you guys are going to be pushing bottom. You're going to head up mid though. Ideally, pushes 5 at this point because you have a talent advantage. You want to force them to fight down a hero and down a talent advantage if you can afford to, which you definitely can in this situation. So he's going to kind of put himself out there. It was an excellent portal to get behind their tower. He does end up getting away. But your Murden probably could have been a little bit quicker on the draw there. Would have got that kill. But it's a decent portal to get behind there. So again, portal has like almost 100% uptime. So this is a good portal. If in case somebody on your team gets flipped, they can take this portal out. Or in case Murden wanted to dive in and go crazy, he'd get this portal out. Also, the portal gives vision. So having a little bit of vision behind their fort is always good. So I don't mind this portal. It's a pretty good portal. Just in general, while you're sieging, it's a decent portal to do. Paul said, is going to gust. You can portal yourself out, and everybody else is fairly safe anyway. So yeah, your allies are still seeing it, so you put it early for them. Yeah, no, that's a good choice. Your ult gets canceled, which might be a good thing because it wasn't really going to be super useful there. Paul is going to get flipped. You do protect the Murd and taking the safety. It's an excellent portal to get out if your team needs it, but it looks like they're going to try and re-engage. Which is also not a bad choice. But you are pretty low on mana at this point on all of the heroes except for the ones who don't cast a lot, obviously. But I think a getaway portal is a very good idea here. Just to save everybody, get your mana, come back into the fight later on. You are still up, and you're going to hit 20 way before them, so leaving the fight here is not terrible. Like, you can easily hit 20 when they're 18 or 17, so backing off and not killing yourself, you did get the keep too, so it's not even like you lost something for it. You got the keep still, so it's pretty huge. They're going to try and re-engage on this, though. Dahaka does not have Brush Stalker, or it's coming up fairly soon, but he's going to be able to walk down in time. Your ult isolated the Nezuko very well, and after the gust you can get back into portals. The heals are going to Shields are going to hit it up a little bit. The tight choke point is a little bad for you guys to fight in because of the Zevo walls and because of the Falstad Qs. Everything that, like, and the Tyrande arrows as well, the owls. They have a lot of AoE spells, so this is the kind of a bad area for you to fight in. But you do get the pick off and you do get out. So it ended up not being terrible. But that was a potentially very, very good spot for them. You're going to be chasing skills a little bit, but you do get out before your portal expires and you are left for dead. Going over their 16s, they have Overflowing Light, which I don't really like on Tyrande as much. You're going to be above 60% health a lot, but the heal isn't what you use your Q for. You either use it generally for the spell armor or for the stun cleanse. So, that one's okay. Crippling Hammer increases the slow, which is okay, I guess, for Falstad. His build's kind of all over the place. He didn't commit to the W build. He didn't commit to the auto attack build. He didn't commit to the Q build. He kind of half-assed everything. That being said, the slow on Hammer is not bad. The Garrosh goes for Wrecking Ball stuns, which is kind of weird because ideally you want to be comboing somebody and throwing them behind you, right? You don't want to be throwing somebody back into their team with Wrecking Ball. You want to be trying to pick them off, throw them as far away from their team as possible. So this one ends up being kind of anti-synergy for how you generally want to use his kit. Spider Colony and his Evo is fairly standard. It's a very good skill. So the health on the health requirement on Spider Colony is based off of his base health before Voodoo Ritual stacks. So it means the longer the game goes on, the more often this will be up. Like, so this will be consistently up more often the later into the game it is, because you'll be higher. You'll have much more max HP to buffer between the cooldown reduction and not. Dash of Light increases the healing from Breath of Heaven, which is okay. But again, I would have much preferred to see the cleanse here and the lower charges cooldown, so you can cleanse their single target CC that has been killing you all game. But, you know, it is what it is. Sometimes you go for bad talent, it happens. Right here, I might have liked to see you trying to poke in for vision. Alright, with Raven form, you're not in any danger at all of dying. Oh, you did go Sippy, never mind. You grabbed a Sippy to heal up. I lied. I was going to say that or just getting mana, health and mana, but you did get the Sippy, so you're going to help him with his camp. It's pretty good. And then head into lane for the objective. I take it back. I like your play. You didn't really... Your scouting would have been okay, but not super necessary at that point. So you did get your health and mana back for the next fight, got the siege camp, and got to the lane. So that ended up being a very good play on your part. Alright, Dahaka Brushstalker's up, so he doesn't have Brushstalker for this fight. You guys should probably, at this point, you should probably avoid fighting until 20 anyway, right? I got a Steam message, which I will view right now, because I'm a terrible person. No. I don't know why he asked that. Anyway. Sorry about that. So, right now, you want to hit 20 before you fight, right? They're not even 17 yet, so if you hit 20 before you fight, they are screwed for a very long time. So right now, you can just play, you have 2 globals, and you can play Ring Around the Rosie with your Dahaka and your Brightwing. Just like he did, he grabbed top lane, now you can have somebody sit bottom, like you on Medivh, can sit near bottom, and they can't really do anything about it, right? They'll have to send Falstad up, but he can get 1v1 by Dahaka pretty easy, or he can get gone on by the rest of your team. So they have to rotate their entire team to take one shrine, and if they do that, you can just go to the opposite shrine, delay, get your 20, and then take your fight. But, yeah. Right now, you should just delay and get 20 before anything crazy happens. The Tyrande is going to present herself and take a lot of damage. Unfortunately, the Brightwing TP'd right as you tried to Force of Will, so you ended up Force of Willing the Brightwing instead. That's unfortunate. That sucks. It could happen sometimes, but that does suck. And this is part of the problem with you guys fighting before 20 as well, is that Dahaka had to run down. He didn't have his ult, or he didn't have Brushstalker. You realize it too. Yeah, that was unfortunate timing. But again, you guys shouldn't have been fighting there. You should have just been looking to hit 20 before you fought. So that might be something to keep in mind, is just ping your team, tell them, hey, wait till 20, we have advantage. Bala recognizes it. I don't know why Murden went in. I didn't really need to force that fight. You should have just hit 20. He did kind of go in on Toronto. Granted, he can get out as well, but that's not a great excuse for going in and baiting your teammates, unfortunately. You guys are him at 20, but they're going to be getting some fort XP, some structure XP, so we'll catch up to you pretty quick here. You're going to have a little window between you hitting 20 and them hitting 20. You can't assume we're not going to back him up. That is, yeah, I agree. It's weird logic. If I get that he was just trying to get stacks on his Q, probably that's like all he was probably thinking of was I'm gonna get a stack on my Q. But it's dumb to assume that nobody's gonna follow up on your CC, especially if you say nothing about it. You do get kicked, unfortunately. Good ult on your part. Great Medivh cheats. Speaking of which, I'll go over to 20s really quick before this fight goes crazy. We got Rancor on Vala, very good for auto attack build, very fast attack speed. Revitalizing Mist on right wing. I might have preferred the free blink, heal after your first one. I feel like that would have made it served her better for getting out as well. Because if she blink heals out, gets thrown back again, and then can blink heal out again like twice, that's so key. Medivh cheats is very good. A very, very good talent, as you just saw. You hit two people, missed these two, and then came back for them with Medivh cheats. It's an excellent use of it. Rewind on Muradin, fairly standard, and Change of Survival. I usually see Apex Predator here, but Change of Survival is not terrible. Let's get back into this team fight. That was an excellent Medivh cheats to get these two out. Now you can kind of focus Falstad, but he's going to gust fairly soon, I do believe. He's going to gust two of you guys away and force the rest of you to keep fighting. Muradin does go down to the 7th-sided strike, unfortunately. But you do pick off somebody else, the Tarot. Your Dahaka keeps using adaptation and then immediately using his trait, which he's using his adaptation when he's pretty low on health. Ideally, you want to initiate pop adaptation when you're at full health, so you can heal all the way back up. But he's not getting great value with adaptation currently. Excellent play on your part to stay in front of them and force them to either kind of walk down or eat damage from you. And you're chasing with portals, which is pretty good. Now you're thinking with portals. So you're doing pretty well here. You have a slight advantage now. You're 4v3, but unfortunately you don't have any Dragon Knight or anything to go off, and they're now 20. This game would have been a lot different if you guys had hit 20 before taking that fight at bottom, in my opinion. Your ult upgrades would have been way better. Going on the enemy team's level 20s. Great should happen here. Oh, nothing great. Just kind of hop wingman, get his bribe stacks. We have Ice Blade arrows on Tehran, fairly standard. So this is the disconnect, right? If you're gonna go Starfall, go for the excellent upgrade at 20. Don't go for Ice Blade arrows. Like if you're gonna use the battle, use the good part of the battle at least. Wind Tunnel on Falstad, it's okay. I like Epic Mount a lot on him. Wind Tunnel is not bad for playmaking though. It has really good potential. Deadly Calm, if you're gonna go Decimate, you should probably go with the upgrade for it. It decreases damage dealt by heroes hit by Deadly Calm. And then Storm Shield on Karazim. Nazebo is yet to pick his. I think Nazebo is yet to pick his because he hasn't stacked out yet. But he's close enough that it's not going to make much of a difference. So he should probably just pick it here. Might be either him pinging or you pinging. I think that might be Nazebo pinging, saying he wants these stacks. He's not picking his 20 upgrade until he gets those stacks, though. Very hesitant. Nazebo should be the one to get all these kills at mid, but he is lollygagging.
Power gathers within the shrines. Unleash the dragon's wrath.
You're gonna take the camp here. Vision, this is a really good use of your time. You can't really help with this camp anymore. It's almost done. They already got top camp going. So this is a very good use of your Raven form to scout this out and show your team where the enemy is. There he goes. Now he selects Violent Infection. He wanted to get the talent before. He wanted to get all the value before getting it. Ooh, you use Leyline to try and steal that camp. That was a good potential, but Falstad was smart about it and stayed up here. He could have gusted you and just killed you, honestly, because he could have slammed you against the wall and not let you move. But he wasn't quick enough on that. He was pretty quick on the draw for the E, though. It was pretty good use on his part. It was pretty good presence of mind to stay there. Stay on the opposite side of the wall. But you guys are going to get a huge push going bottom with the siege camp and now the bruisers and all of your katas at bottom. Push top while they decore is a pretty good choice. You can also just get the Dragon Knight while they have to decore. Yes, I was going to say the other option is they just try to core while you stall. You can stall very well on Medivh because you can be so annoying with portals and jumping back and forth and stopping people. So yeah, you're doing an excellent job here. This might actually end up being game. Yeah, that's gonna be game. That was an excellent job on your part. Really, really good job. That's one of the best things Medivh can do. Here, let's rewind because that was a very good play that I want to highlight. It was a good call at the start to say that you're gonna stall their backs. So you have 4 people up here, right? Only 1 person back to Falstad. He still has Gus, so he can potentially let Gus people off core and stuff. But as is, Medivh's best option right here is either to take the shrine and get the dragon, which is unlikely with 4 people. He can probably just get killed, or he can do what he does and delay backs. So Falstad's going to be here and is just going to get picked entirely before he can even gust. So he's dead. Right now, Nazeebo and Tehran try to back. You scout, you have the increased vision, you see all 3 that are trying to back. So you Q her, you auto attack her, and you teleport over here. This is an excellent Medivh play. Excellent job. So you stopped all 3 of these backs successfully. And Garrosh is kind of deciding if he wants to walk back or if he wants to fight you. He hasn't really decided yet. He might just be calling GG in chat and being pissed off. Medivh pops 7-sided strike. It's not going to kill you. You can get out. You exit again, stop his back one more time, and they don't have time to leave. That was very well played by your part. Anybody who's looking to play Medivh, that is an excellent thing that you can do on Medivh. Like his annoyingness in mid, where he was poking off that Tehran and making her not back, but even had a great potential there and played it very well. You're blushing? No problem, man. That was an excellent play. But yeah, that was a great game.